Hi, this is Blaine. In my first video on looking at stocks and trading, we're going to take a look at the website that I use, Profit.net. Profit.net is a US website specifically for looking at stocks, but you can use it for looking at Canadian stocks, which is primarily what I trade. And just looking over here, you can see that they show the US major markets and what's happened with them today. But we're going to get right into looking at a stock chart. I want you to click on the Analyze tab, then click on javacharts. Wait for the page to refresh, scroll down. Profit.net does have free basic services. I am a silver member, so I get some added features which you don't get with the basic service. But we'll get right down into the chart. Here's a stock chart of INTC symbol, INTC, or the Intel Corporation. And we are looking at a bar chart, looking at a 1-year time frame on a daily. Now, you can see that the stock chart is divided into two parts. The upper part shows the price action in dollars, and the lower part shows the volume, or the number of shares traded, and that's in millions. We're looking at a 1-year time frame from April of last year to April of this year, and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to change the 1 year because I want to see what's happening in the more recent activity. So let's take a look in the last 3 months. This is a bar chart. The way you read bar charts is kind of funny squiggly lines, but if we take a look at, well, here's one right over here, which is on, now you'll notice as I move my mouse, this red vertical line changes, and so did the numbers up at the top. And I'll explain what these numbers are right now. D means what day, or the date. O means open, so the opening price. H is the high of the high price of that day. L is the low price of that day. And C is the closing price on that day. And the R just means where is my mouse, at what price range. So you can see as I move the vertical line on each day, you get different information in the numbers at the top. So if we look at, well, let's go over to the left side. We can look at January 23rd, 2008, and it had a volume, reading the bottom window, 173,900,000 shares traded that day. It had an open of 1821 or 1822 basically, a high of $20.09, a low of $18.13, and it closed the day at $19.82. Now, you can read the numbers at the top, or you can just read it from looking at the bars. A little left, let's go to a 1 month. You get a better picture. Okay, so this makes it much easier. So if we go to, which happens to be March 31st, this day, March 31st, 2008, the lower, the bar here, on the left side of the line is the opening price, and the opening price was $20.71. Now the vertical line goes up and down. The low of the day would be right there, the high of the day would be right here. And at the end of the day, the closing price on this was $21.21. The vertical line also shows that on that day there was a volume of 48,073,000 shares. So, what if you want to take a look at a different company, not Intel, but say for example Google? Well, just click in the symbol box, and I happen to know that Google's symbol is GOOG, and I type it in, press return, and there we have the information for Google. Google incidentally had an interesting day a couple days ago when their stock gapped up from $450 per share up to $500 and looks like $35 per share on the opening day. So big move. Also, you can see the volume really spiked on that day. This is how I take a look at stocks, and this is using Profit.net. So take a look at that, and I'll show you more in my next video. So long.